Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, I'm Deandra, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you like these videos and turn on my post notifications so that you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Alright, so if you're already subscribed to me or if you're just scrolling through my videos, you probably know that my channel is a natural hair channel. However, I am in medical school and I've been talking about doing some medical school content on my channel, and so I'm finally doing it. So just like the title says, this video is just going to be about being a black woman in medical school. So I really just wanted to do this video coming from my own perspective. Of course, everybody's journey is going to be different. Your journey might not be the exact same as mine, but we can all talk about our own experiences and learn from each other. So I wanted to start this video off with some stats. I know stats are not fun, but they're important for the perspective of this video. So right now there are about 92,000 medical students and only 7.7% of those are black. Mind you, the US is 13% black. Now when you look at current active physicians, only about 4% are black and only 2% are black women. So because of this, I'm really a part of a very small niche of people, which is why I feel like talking about this from our perspective is so important. So basically, I'm a double minority. Even though med school today is about 50-50 male and female, as a black female, we're still very much the minority because I'm black and I'm a black female. So first, I'm just gonna talk about the pressure that comes along with that, the pressure of being in such a small group and wanting to make everybody proud and wanting to represent well. It really is a lot. Even though it's a privilege, it does come with a sense of pressure. There are people that don't even really know me, but they might know my parents or know other people around me, and they'll see a Facebook post of me or something that I'm in my white coat, and they really do feel proud, which gives me a sense of pride. But it is a lot of pressure that people that don't even know you know that you're in medical school, and they know that you're on this tough journey and they want you to succeed, and you want to succeed too, not just for yourself but for other people. I remember getting on the bus maybe a month or so ago, and there's this sweet black bus driver, and he saw me with my white coat, and I've been on his bus a few times, but I don't think that he really realized that I was actually in medical school. And he was just talking to me, and he's like, I know your parents are so proud. I know everybody's so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. And this is a person that doesn't even know me, but because I'm black and he's black, he's proud. So that's what I mean by the pressure of it. So you do have to kind of prepare yourself for that if you're going into medical school. But like I said, it also comes with a huge privilege and an honor to be in that position. So the next thing I want to talk about is the fact that you are going to be one of the only few black people in your medical school class. Unless you go to an HBCU, that's just going to be the reality of it. Now for me, I graduated from a PWI, so I was kind of used to being one of the only few black people in my class, especially once I got into my upper level pre-med type classes. I definitely a lot of times was one of the only few blacks. But if that's not something that you're used to, it can be a little bit weird at first. My medical school class is about 130, 140 people, and I would say there's maybe 6 or 7 black people in the class, and only 3 of us are black women. However, I will say that everyone in my class is really nice. I haven't personally had any issues with anybody, and my class is a pretty diverse class. We have a lot of different races that are represented, and that was actually one of the reasons why I chose the school that I chose, because I wanted a diverse school. Now moving on to what class is actually like. So for the most part, I did not have too many black teachers. Most of my teachers were white males, but I did have a few white women and a couple of black women. But I didn't have any black male teachers while I've been in med school. Our teachers are actually all either MDs or PhDs, and so it's not like you have one teacher per class or one teacher per year or anything like that. Class is by organ system. So for instance, if you're in cardiology, you'll have multiple different teachers, and each teacher will teach whichever topic they specialize in. So in any given course, we had multiple teachers. So given all that, I really have not had a huge representation of black teachers while in med school. I will say that there was one black OBGYN, and I absolutely loved her. She spoke about the issues that are specific to black women. Even though my other teachers would sometimes touch on health issues that are more pertaining to black people, she actually had a full slide, or a couple of slides I think, about just black women and the things that we deal with and the health disparities and all those types of things. And I thought that was really, really important. And I know that she did that because she herself was a black woman. And that is again why representation is just so important. If I ever decide to teach any med school classes, I'm definitely going to include that, because we really do have our own sets of issues as black people. One thing I will say about my med school is that they are really big on feedback. So actually, at the end of last year, they asked the entire class what are things they can work on, and almost everybody said increasing the diversity in the teaching pool. And I really think that they took that to heart, and I'm hoping that by next year, maybe it'll be a little bit better. Now I'm going to talk about what it's been like to be a black medical student during this Black Lives Matter civil rights era. And honestly, y'all, it's been great. So there's a group at my school called SNMA, and basically it's the minority group for all med students. And they decided to come together and sell Black Lives Matter pins. And of course, I bought like 3 of them. And I actually wear one on my white coat every single day. You can probably see it in the thumbnail, but if not, I'll probably insert a picture somewhere. And wearing that pin just really makes me feel so proud. And it's a way for me to express that my life matters and other Black lives matter without even having to say anything. When I walk in a patient's room, they see the pin. Some might not like it, but that's not my problem. And I think other people really do like it, so it all works out in the end. And we also have like LGBTQ pins that we wear. Again, it's just all about representation. It's all about having a voice. I think medical schools are finally getting to the point where they realize that we have to have a voice. And it doesn't matter how other people feel about it, because at the end of the day, we're going to be the doctors of the new generation. And people need to realize that doctors come in all colors, and we must take care of patients of all colors. So the last topic that I'm going to speak about is one of my passions, my natural hair. So this is another thing that's very specific to Black women, is how do we wear our hair while in medical school? Now the first 2 years of medical school, you're mainly just in the classroom, so it probably doesn't matter as much. But once you get into your second 2 years and you're actually in the hospital, it can feel like, okay, I don't need to wear my natural hair. I need to have my hair straight. I need to have weave or whatever. And a lot of Black women do keep their hair in weave or braids or something of that sort while in medical school. Personally, for me, I wanted to wear my hair the same way that I'd wear my hair if I wasn't in med school. I think there's just way too much stigma about natural hair and people thinking that it's not professional and it can't be worn in a professional setting. And that's just not true. My hair is very professional and it's very appropriate. So there's no reason for me not to wear it out. Now, I do try to keep my hair in a twist out or a braid out or a wash and go for about a week. and then I try to redo it and restyle it. But sometimes that's just not feasible while you're in med school, and I do have to wear it in puffs or, you know, whatever you have to do to make it work. And sometimes it can feel like there's a lot of pressure to keep your hair presentable. But in all honesty, that's just not really something that I worry about too much. I feel like as long as I'm happy with how my hair looks, then I'm fine. I can actually do a full video on how I maintain my natural hair and how I style my natural hair while I'm in med school. And you can literally apply that to anything where you're busy and you're having a hard time keeping up with your hair. And I can do that in a whole separate video. So just to wrap things up, again, I am truly blessed and honored to be a Black woman in med school. It is something that I always wanted to do. And so it's great that I'm finally able to live out my dream. And I want anybody out there that's interested in med school or in med school yourself to just keep pushing. Like, we need more Black people in med school. We need more Black physicians, especially more Black female physicians, because Black representation really does matter. Please feel free to reach out to me on my Instagram at Deandra Levon, or you can just comment down below this video if you have any questions, or if you just want to talk about how I got into med school, or if you have anything that you want to talk to me about dealing with med school or natural hair. Feel free to reach out. I love to talk about these things and give you guys advice. And also comment down below if you have any other med school topics that you want to hear about. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video.